Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
And we're back bringing you all our thoughts on everything happening in nerd culture. I don't think I can get out the way. Excuse the mess in the background, guys, if you're watching on YouTube. James, how have you been?
Been pretty good. Getting some nerdy things done. Had a relaxing week.
That's good. We didn't meet last week, so we're back this week, except Jaja. Jaja, this is his second week. Jaja gets the shout out of shame because this is his second week telling us he couldn't make it. So shout out of shame to Jaja. James, what have you been up to? What are the nerdy things you've been doing this week?
I had quite a few nerdy things. So actually I'll start with my display back here if you guys are watching on YouTube. I got my two swords hanging up now. So my two one-piece swords, both Zoro.
Nice.
And then I got a bookshelf. So as you can see, I got some, instead of my pops just sitting on the couch back there, they're on the actual bookshelf. So
nice.
And some other stuff up there. It's not fully decorated. So all the things that really are important are in the shot right now. But I got my Spider-Man, the big pop, some Zoro figures, and it's a smaller Sanji in there to my pops. And then I got this JoJo book. So it's an art book, JoJo 6521. Let me show you guys real quick.
Is this another art book from the one that you already had?
Yeah, it's a different one.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so mostly art book. There are some like family tree type stuff and then timelines. One character he uses tarot cards, so they kind of go into detail about that. But yeah, just JoJo art. I haven't gone through all of it.
James
so
really
far,
loves
but,
JoJo. James loves JoJo
sure.
so much. This is the second art book that he's gotten.
Yeah, I pulled up to Barnes and Noble one day, and then I had to buy it. But I didn't know Barnes and Noble had such a large manga section now. So that was cool to find out.
I feel like they've always had, well, the Barnes and Noble that used to be near me, their manga section was big and then it got smaller. But I feel like they've always had like a manga section in Barnes and Noble.
It looked like a full, it wasn't even like just a small corner. It was pretty big. And then I forgot Barnes and Noble, they do like the people that work there kind of write the descriptions of some of the things.
That's like a new thing now that they're doing.
Yeah, some of the descriptions were hilarious. I'll see if I can find the one that they did for Berserk real quick. But wait, did you ever watch Berserk?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'll maybe this will let you know if you want to read it when I tell you what this description was that the Barnes and Noble employee gave it.
I've seen the descriptions online for different, like people take pictures of funny ones. That's funny.
Yeah, I've seen some hilarious ones for JoJo, and I mean, they're not wrong fully, but it's definitely wouldn't be, you wouldn't grasp someone's attention for the show with that.
Yeah, I saw a funny one for One Piece. I'm trying to remember what it said, but maybe I can find it.
Yeah, here's the one that I had for Berserk. So Berserk, it says, dude kills a lot of people, gets betrayed, then kills a bunch of demons. He don't trust no one. And that's the that's how they try to get you to read Berserk.
Let me see if I can.
Which at a high level, I mean, that's what happened, but
yeah,
it was just funny reading it that way.
When I was in high school, I used to want to work at Barnes and Noble so badly. I applied to work there like 5 times and they never hired me. So still salty.
And now they're missing out.
I know. Well, I wouldn't have been still working at Barnes and Noble now, but in high school, yes.
Yeah, but outside of that, I played My Hero Ultra Rumble. So they dropped that battle royale game. Well, the beta came out over the summertime, but the full game is out now. So that's been pretty fun. I've been getting pretty invested in that.
Nice.
It's like a 3v3 team battle kind of thing. It's not like a first person shooter, but I mean, it's a third person. It's pretty much My Hero Fortnite.
Okay.
And then I watched Castlevania, so that was really, really good. Castlevania Nocturne. I think I binged it in probably like a day and a half.
That's a spin-off show, right? Because like from the original Castlevania? Okay. I only watched the first season of Castlevania, the original one, and I did not watch it anymore after that. So I'm very behind. Very out of the Castlevania loop.
If it's something you're interested in, I highly recommend watching the rest of it because
I did like it. Yeah. I just never got around to continuing watching it.
Yeah, and then I watched Loki. That dropped, so getting back started with that, and I also watched Snowdrop as recommended by Shannon.
Finally, but James, I got disappointing news from James when I spoke to him about it, so I'll let him describe his thoughts on the show. You only watched 2 episodes, right?
The biggest fan. Yeah, I
But it
watched
gets,
two.
but you didn't even get to the crazy parts of the show. It gets so much better. I just wanted you to get to the crazy part. Like the show is not what
maybe
you
I'll watch
think
a
it's.
YouTube recommendation or a review of the next episode
Maybe
because
like
those are some long episodes.
Yeah, they are long. And what I'm learning getting into K dramas, a lot of them are like that. Like a lot of them have like hour and a half long episodes.
Oh man, they're eating over there.
Yeah, I know. But that's like, so like the show turned into something completely that you would not even expect it to turn into. And you didn't even get to the part where it starts to get crazy. So
yeah, I can kind of tell because I mean it started off like kind of ordinary and innocent, and you're like, all right, things are a little bit too perfect right now. And then like you can tell there's some mystery and wonder in there, but I'm like, nah, it's not really grasping me like that. And then I don't know if the guy that I seen, I don't know if he was supposed to be like the next main character or like her love interest, but he didn't talk that much. So I'm like, okay, maybe is he part of the mystery? But I
he's a
wasn't
big part
invested
of
enough to
it.
figure out.
But didn't you watch 2 episodes? You should know that he is a big part of it by now.
Yeah, the first 2. So if whatever big reveal happened, it went over my head then because
oh my God, James. That means that James really was paying attention. If he didn't
I may have been scrolling Twitter in the background too.
Okay, so you definitely missed the whole thing. So wait, you missed. So wait,
dang.
were you paying attention when the cops like burst into their dorm?
Yeah.
But then he's a North Korean spy, James. He's a North Korean spy.
Oh. Well,
How did you miss that?
Dang, you just spoiled it for me. I guess I can't even watch the rest of it.
No, because that's not even spoiling it, really. That's not even spoiling what happens. But that's not spoiling it because you should have learned that in the first 2 episodes.
Oh. Yeah, no, I did not grasp my attention
Oh my God.
that hard. So
I'm
not sure I would continue with that one.
I don't understand how you liked Oshinoko, but you didn't like the show. The show's way better than Oshinoko. It's just long.
It's very long. Yeah. I mean, going into it, I thought it was going to be like garbage. I must say, it was not garbage. It just I'm probably not the target audience. I'll word it that way.
What do you mean? Once you learn what actually happens, like the target audience is not just like girls, if that's what you're implying, because it turns into a very crazy story. Like it does a complete 180, and it turns into something completely different than what you thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah, I look forward to your reviews of the rest of it when you get caught up.
Well, I finished it. I finished it a couple weeks ago, and it was amazing. It was, like I said, guys. Yeah. If you're into K-dramas, definitely watch Snowdrop if you haven't seen it. It's the best show I watched this year. It was amazing. Everything about it was great. And James is
That's some high praise.
It is high praise. It is, and I mean it. I 100% mean it. It's an amazing show. So if anyone out there is into K-drama, then you go ahead. You give Snowdrop a watch. It's on Disney Plus. So watch it in Korean. Don't watch it dubbed because it's horrible. Maybe that's what you need to do, James. Even though
watch The Adventures of Young Ro.
Yes, maybe you need to watch it dubbed so that you can pay attention to it. But
I need to watch it at 1.5x speed.
Oh God. Okay.
I
can only hope that Jaja, missing 2 weeks, has watched a couple episodes of Snowdrop. We'll see when he finally gets back.
At least one by now.
And
right?
if Jaja, if you're listening to this when it comes out, then take that as your cue. You have a couple days. Watch 2 episodes of Snowdrop because I watched your anime.
Yeah.
It's a message to Jaja.
Oh, I haven't started that yet.
What else have you been up to? Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't think I got anything else. I didn't write anything else down. Probably, but I just forgot to write it down if there was something else.
Did you go to any cool anime parties? You're always at the cool events.
I barely left the house. I went to a baby shower, but yeah, that's about it.
Well, that's exciting. Yeah. James, what are you gonna be for Halloween?
Probably Cisco.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, usually Halloween, I don't really do like any anime or TV show. I usually just dress up as a celebrity. So before I was Lil Uzi Vert one time, I was the Weeknd another time when he had that red jacket. Nice. But yeah, usually I pick it like a celebrity to dress up as. So Cisco, Michael Jackson, something like that.
I haven't dressed as anything for Halloween. Actually, that's not true. I was Sailor Moon last year. That was like the first time I dressed up in a couple years, but I don't think I'm gonna dress up this year.
Oh yeah. Are you dressing up for Anime NYC?
I didn't even get a ticket for that. Are you going?
Yeah. I thought you said you were gonna go with me.
Wait, but did you buy a ticket yet? I thought you said that you were gonna let me know if you actually bought a ticket.
Oh, maybe I dropped it off. Yeah, I got my ticket.
You never let me know that you got to say. Wait, what day are you going?
I got a 3-day pass.
Though those are definitely sold out. James, you did
Yeah,
drop
no,
the
I bought it
ball.
from someone else that's not going anymore.
Oh, okay. I wonder if anyone is selling tickets. Because you definitely were supposed
Yeah.
to let me know if you were actually gonna buy a ticket, and you did not.
Oh, damn, my bad. I thought it was kind of like, all right, we're going. Let me know when you actually do get your ticket.
Well, yeah, but you didn't do
Yeah.
that either.
Well, I dropped the ball on that part too. But yeah, so I have a
um,
ticket. I might not end up at the con all 3 days, but I do have the weekend pass, so I'll be there for sure.
Let me see if there are any left. I feel like last time I looked, there's Friday tickets left. Maybe I'll just go on Friday.
Oh, nice. I think Friday is the day that Plus Ultra's having an after party, so
Oh,
you
nice.
should you could pull up to that too if you're free.
Yeah, Saturday is definitely sold out. It's only Friday and Sunday that's left. Sunday is the worst day to go to a con. The last day of any con is the worst day to go.
Nice.
This is badges mailed. I don't want it to be mailed to me.
Oh yeah, I got mine on the kitchen counter right now.
Ugh, $78. This has gotten insanely popular. The first year that they did it, it did not cost this much, but that's cool.
Yeah, these things are getting crazy expensive.
Anime is becoming more mainstream, and that therefore making everything annoying for me because now I have to pay more money for these events. That's cool.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll look into buying a ticket after this for Friday.
nice. And then
Uh,
start thinking of your cosplay.
yeah, I might just be a dweeb this year and not cosplay because I
Oh
feel like
man,
there's what date is this? What date is it? November what specifically?
I think it's like the 17th weekend.
Oh, I mean, I have time, but like
Yeah,
really
you
not
got
really.
it's like a month. Yeah, you should be
That
good.
that requires me to spend money. I'm doing really good in my I'm living in a poor man's mindset this fall, trying to stack up a
We're
bunch of
saving some
money.
money on. Okay.
Yeah, we are. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll see if I can come up with anything easy to do, and then I'll see if I can do that. Um, what was I about to say?
Your
Oh,
nerdy things,
my
perhaps?
nerdy things. Yes, yes, yes. So I watched Loki. I wanted to start watching Gen V, which is the boys spinoff that just started. But I did not get around to watching it. But James, I know that you don't like the boys, right? You don't like them.
Nah.
Oh my God,
But I
James,
heard a lot about Gen V.
you have very interesting taste in shows, and I'm trying to place exactly
For sure.
what kind of
You know what
show
I've been
watcher
watching?
you
I've
are.
been watching Martin. It wasn't nerdy, so I didn't mention it. But yeah, that's what I've been watching.
That's fine. Anything's nerdy. So I watched Loki. I didn't do much nerdy things. My work schedule has been insane the last couple weeks because we had a couple like huge events, but now those events are over, so I can get back to a little bit of my normal life. But Loki, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was the only thing that I did. A couple weeks ago, I was gonna finish playing Zelda, but I've lent my Steam Deck to my boyfriend because I dropped his Steam Deck into a puddle by accident.
Yeesh.
So, well, I didn't drop it. I'm not gonna get into the specifics of how that happened because he's gonna listen to it and be like, ah. But his Steam Deck fell into a puddle, and it only works now when it's docked. It doesn't really work like as a handheld system anymore.
Oh man.
So I
Hopefully you
have
got the
lent,
warranty.
yeah, yeah, but I don't think any warranty covers like liquid damage. If
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
if I'm
dang.
not mistaken, yeah, they said they can try to fix it, but they can't guarantee that. Like they say that sometimes like liquid damage is like sustained and like problems can tend to come back like once they fix something. So we'll see. So I'm loaning him mine in the meantime until I figure out what to do about that situation.
Gotcha.
But it's fine because Spider-Man comes out in a couple weeks, so I'm gonna be back on my
Oh yeah.
PlayStation anyway. So I was thinking earlier if I should replay Spider-Man. It's a short game, so I could probably like on one rainy Saturday, I could probably get through the entire thing if I if I want, or like a
Pretty
rainy
much, yeah.
like one weekend, I could get through the entire thing. So we'll see. But then I would feel like I need to replay Miles Morales too, and I'm just like, that's a lot. So I'm just gonna play the game when it comes out. Did you pre-order it
I
or are
did.
you just gonna buy it? Okay. What do you get? What is the pre-order bonus?
It's like some extra. There's extra skins for sure, and let me not lie. Let me pull it up actually. But I think there's some sort of in-game upgrade points that you get.
Okay.
Let's see the incentives.
Yep. Not DLC. Pre-order.
Skill points, and additional photo mode.
Additional photo mode.
Yeah, so you get 5 suits for Peter, 5 suits for Miles, 2 skill points, and additional photo mode items.
It's funny. I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about one of the suits that they saw for the game. There's like this monkey suit type thing. And this podcast I was listening to, they were joking, like, who's in that suit? Because like if it was Miles Morales in that suit, they were like, that's racist.
Yeah.
But I think it's a Peter Parker suit, so it's fine. But yes, I'm very excited. So it is, by the time this podcast comes out, it'll be the 10th. So we'll be exactly 10 days away from the release of the game. Exciting. I will be playing that upon release.
Day 1, huh? Think you'll beat it that weekend?
Well, I don't like to. No, I'll probably take my time. I hate doing that. I think I've talked about this on this podcast before. Like if I'm spending $70 on a game, I do not want to beat it in a weekend. So I'm hoping that it's longer this time than the last 2 games have been, especially since it's both characters. You know what I mean? Let me look up. Have there been any rumors about the hours? Let's see.
Not that I've seen.
If I just type it in, I wonder if it'll come up.
But reviews should be dropping soon enough.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't like finishing it quickly if I just spent $70 on it.
Yeah, not unless there's like some online multiplayer or something like that.
Yeah.
That you can keep on playing it.
Ooh, wait. Here's an article. Let's see. Some Spider-Man 2 fans are concerned over how long it takes to get the platinum trophy. Nope, that's not what I was looking for, but it's fine. What? One gamer already has a platinum trophy for Marvel Spider-Man 2. How is that possible? Are these people that get the game ahead of time?
They must be doing some hacking or something.
Oh, yeah. They said it's not available for purchase yet, but this gamer has somehow gotten their hands on the game early. How? Did this gamer say how long the game took to play? Let's see.
Yeah, that's what we really want to know. We don't care about the trophies.
Oh. Okay. Well, it says this gamer claims that it only took them 30 hours to achieve the platinum trophy. Well, that's not a good sign.
Platinum trophy. Oh yeah, this one's gonna be 10 hours.
That's not a good sign.
Or that guy's just a fraud.
Yeah. That's not good. I hope that's not true, but we'll see. We'll see. I just feel like they could do so much with that, especially now that they're like opened up the other boroughs, and I feel like the map is way bigger. Like, how can the game still be so short? You know what I mean? It's weird.
Yeah. While I'm at Anime NYC, I'll go and check out the spots that I've seen in Spider-Man from the previous games.
Oh, really? You're gonna go?
No, I'm realistically, I will be in my hotel or at the con. Or at the party.
Cool. What was I talking about? Oh, nerdy. Yeah, but my nerdy things lackluster for this week, guys. But I should have more nerdy things under my belt. Come next week. I'm behind on some anime that I want to watch. All right, let's get into some nerd news. Yeah, so live action corner is back. For a couple of reasons. CD Projekt Red announced a live action cyberpunk project. Very little details are surrounding this, but I know that they are teaming up with the same studio that did Mr. Robot, and True Detective, and the film The Revenant. All good shows, so that's a plus. I don't really know how to feel about this. I mean, actually, I think that this is not that bad of an announcement, because they already did an anime based off of Cyberpunk that actually did very well. So even though I haven't watched it all, but so if they do this right with the right studio, I feel like a live action Cyberpunk show could be interesting. What do you think?
This one is one that I'm on board with, surprisingly, because the Cyberpunk world in general is just really, really expansive, and I think that they can, because it says it's going to be a new story set, so they can expand on some of the other things going on in that world. Just using kind of that world to tell different stories, like how to animate. It didn't directly tie into the game. I think a live action could work just the same.
Yeah,
I think if they were to include Johnny Silverhand, who is Keanu Reeves' character, they 100% have to use Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I think that would be a huge complaint if they don't.
Yeah.
I would rather him not be in it at all than someone else playing Johnny Silverhand, because this is literally based on Keanu Reeves. So
Yeah.
but yeah, other than that, I think any kind of story they pull from this world, or just really any story they pull from this world it should work in a live action format. It's not too heavily animated, but that it's going to look weird. How some people think like anime adaptations look weird. Because I mean, it's still based in reality somewhat, just in the future. So we've seen futuristic shows work very well before. So I think this one could work.
Yeah. Not mad at it. But like I said, there's very little detail about it. So we don't know like when it's, because they haven't even hired a writer for it yet. So very early concepts. We won't see it for a few years. So it's fine. But just know it's happening. James, I have a question actually, now that since we're on the topic of live action, and actually while we're talking about live action, we should probably jump to the other live action story we have in the rundown for this week. But before we go there, now with the success of One Piece, the One Piece live action, are you more open to other people doing live action animes, or do you think that this is just a one-off that should not be repeated?
No, I think there's some hope. So they've showed that, all right, this thing can be done right. So there's for sure some hope. I don't think anyone should directly try to copy their format, or maybe they should try to directly copy their format and see if it works. But what's been tried before has not been working at all. So now that we see one that has actually worked well, I think, involve the creator, take your time, have a big budget, which is
those are the two recipes for success. Also, one of those things is hard to do. Yeah.
But I definitely think live action anime could work.
Yeah, that's the key. You definitely have to have the budget. You can't have people out here in these stupid looking wigs.
That.
And bad actors either. You need to have a good cast.
Yeah, stop it with the fan casts. People do fan casts, and then it's always crazy because they'll pick like a huge name actor, and then that's where pretty much all your budget is going. So I mean, like the One Piece live action casting, I think it worked well because these were actors that we hadn't seen before or weren't too familiar with, because some of them have been in big things before. But
I don't think the actor that plays Luffy, wasn't this his first role, or am I mistaken about that?
Yeah, I think that was his first role. I know the Zoro character had been in something else before.
But
a lot of these people, like, maybe this is where they should get their start, is someone that we haven't seen before. I think it works better that way, because the fan casting, people are doing some crazy fan casting.
Yeah, I know, and that's a very good point. Like, they have to spend all this money to get these big name actors in this show, and
that's your budget is done for it.
That is where the money goes. There are plenty of new up and coming promising talent out there that can bring life to your show. I don't really watch movies because of who is in it. You know what I mean? If it looks stupid and sounds stupid, then like I'm not gonna go see it. But that's just me. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Avatar has to follow this, so we'll see how Avatar does, even though I don't have hope for that show at all. As they have lost a big element of the recipe for success, which was the creators are no longer involved, as everyone knows.
That was a big L, but we did get a big W in the acting world.
Yes. Wait, what big W? Oh, no, you jumped to the wrong thing. I was going to we'll talk about that too, but I was talking about the Pokemon show.
Gotcha. Which one do you want to go to first?
The Pokemon live action. While we're talking about live action. And again, if anyone sees this headline anywhere, just know that this is not, I don't know if or at all this is coming out in America. This is like a Japanese show that we have come across while trying to find things to put into this rundown. But it's an interesting concept. Not a live action Pokemon at all, so don't fall for the clickbait of it. But it is a show about a girl who is it that she receives her old Game Boy and starts playing Pokemon again and somehow relates it to her life. Is that what you picked up from that article?
That's exactly what it looks like. And then in the article, it mentions that she was having a tough time at work, so her mom sent her a care package, which included her old Game Boy and her copy of Pokemon. So as she started playing that more, kind of things started clicking in her real life, that she was like, oh, I can succeed through this life, through some of the lessons I've learned in Pokemon or some of the things I've experienced in Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think of what like to compare this to. It's kind of like Lizzie McGuire, how she had that cartoon version of herself.
Yes.
Because they show clips from Pokemon games. So it's like there's an alternate world where she's, the main trainer going through these battles, and versus like Lizzie McGuire, she just has her cartoon version of herself doing basically what she's doing in real life, but just cartoonified. So I think it's kind of that. Or even a Gretzko where she has like a alternate reality where she's a screamo metalhead.
Yeah.
So yeah, her work isn't directly Pokemon, it's just Pokemon is helping her kind of guide her through her new job.
Yes. And like I said, the trailer was all in Japanese. So this is all from an article that we read. I wish I could understand what they were saying.
Yeah, we're not that far in Duolingo yet.
I feel like you're further than me. How don't you have like
coming up on 1,700 days?
Yikes. 1,700 days of Japanese or Italian or both together?
Both, and Spanish mixed in there too.
Oh my God. I don't understand how you can be learning 3 different languages at once. I also want to learn Korean, but I feel like I can't learn Korean at the same time I'm learning Japanese. That's going to be confusing.
The character set is what's slowing me down.
Oh yeah, because like I'm going like far into like the actual lessons, but every couple lessons they stop me and they're like, you should take time to learn the characters, and I'm just like, ugh. I'm just like, that's gonna be the hardest thing is memorizing those, I think. But it's important because the way that they write out the words on Duolingo, but that's not how you would normally see Japanese appear in life. So learning the characters are definitely important. So I have to go back and start doing that. Anyway, tangent. So interesting to see if we are able to watch this anywhere in America, like a subtitled version. I'll give it a watch. It looks like a cool show, but who knows? We'll see.
We'll check out.
Yep. Dang. Sorry, James. I was gonna get us back. I was trying to get us back to the strike. I messed up your transition.
Oh, no worries.
Take us back there now.
We can keep it in. Oh, with the strike, well, we'll be getting some new shows here because the WA strike has officially ended. They've reached an agreement.
Yes. Well, yes, but SAG still hasn't reached an agreement, as far as I know, right? So like shows will get written, but like, will they get filmed anytime soon? We'll see.
This is true.
But yes, the writer's strike is over. And judging by, so like I was reading over the demands that were met, and it seems like a massive win for the writers. I feel like almost all of their demands were met plus more. So it's really, and like this is like a couple weeks, like we're a couple weeks removed from this now, but that's really great. It's really great to know that the writers are still valued over like AI technology, like as it's advancing and stuff like that. So I'm glad.
And they struck for 148 days, so they stood firm for quite a while.
Yeah, and it's the longest strike. I think it's the longest strike in history, right? I think, or the longest strike since the 70s. I don't remember specifically.
We'd have to fact check that part, but
yes, don't listen to me, guys. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, but I haven't heard anything about SAG yet. They are still on strike. And they're also negotiating for higher pay as well as protections from AI. But I feel like they were striking over very similar things. So hopefully if writers got what they needed out of their strike, then the actors can get what they need too. We'll see.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And almost immediately after the writer's strike ended, Netflix announced we're going to be raising prices. So it looks like they think that they got to raise the price to meet the demand.
Yeah, and Hulu's raising their prices too. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's getting nasty out here.
Yeah, and Disney Plus also raising their prices. But I do think that is what's going to have to happen. I think though, in order to meet, like, it's interesting what has to be done in order to meet the demands of the writers and actors. Like, the studios still have to bring in money too. So I feel like we as consumers of entertainment might see some repercussions to this. So like, yes, streaming service prices will have to go up so that these services so that these companies make enough money to then pay these actors and writers, even though I feel like there's money elsewhere, but whatever. I think that there's going to be less shows overall because in order for them to retain money, because it costs a lot of money to make a show. So I feel like there might be less shows overall. And we already kind of saw that with Disney announcing that like they're slowing down the production of their Marvel shows and they're not releasing as many. So I feel like we're gonna get more of that in the future too. Just so that they can make more money to give to the actors and writers, which is fine. They deserve to be paid, but I just think that there's that's the flip side of that. Is I think that this is stuff that we're gonna start seeing maybe happen in the future.
I'd be content with less volume of shows and then higher quality of the shows that are coming out, because I mean, we saw with Marvel, like they were just pumping out show after show, and after a while, I was like, all right, this is kind of bad. It wasn't fatigue; it was like this is actually kind of bad.
And one could argue that they wasted a bunch of money on a couple of those shows.
A bunch of money, yeah.
Yeah, She-Hulk being one of them. But I'll stop hating, but it's true.
Yeah. So unfortunately, us consumers will have to pay the price. But we have had a recent raise in price of video games, which video game strike has just been approved.
Yes, it has.
By the WGA. So it is approved.
That happened immediately after too. I was like, oh great.
Yeah. Definitely not looking forward to the price of if video games have to increase in price, because I mean 70 was a shock to everyone already. So
I know
above 70, yikes.
Video games are already so expensive. Yeah. Any higher than that, 80. Once we're getting so close to 100, and I'm just like, that's so much money for a video game. Like I don't even think it's not worth. I don't think it's worth that much. But I don't know. You'll definitely catch me buying one video game a year or 2 video games a year max, if that's the case, but we'll see. So they haven't they're not on strike yet, but they have approval to strike if their initial negotiations are not met with the studios, with the gaming companies. So we'll keep an eye out on that.
And they had a whopping 98% of people who voted agreed to strike. So
yeah,
they want to strike.
Yeah, they want to. So hopefully we can avoid that entirely, and then the game companies can just meet their demands, and so we can avoid this because
pay your people.
There's a lot of games I'm waiting for that I don't want to wait for any longer.
X-Men, not X-Men, Wolverine.
Wolverine, that's the exact game I was thinking about. I was just about to ask because I have heard nothing about that game for months. Like, what's going on there? I have no clue.
Yeah, hopefully they're taking their time, making it as good of a game as they can. But then we have a pending strike, so who knows what will happen then. I wonder what a video game strike looks like. Is that the developers, or is it the people that are on other ends of the video game creating spectrum?
I thought it was the actor. I thought it was the actors in video games that do like the voice acting and the motion capture. I thought it was them. Isn't it?
Let's see if they didn't mention it in here. So they definitely don't want AI to be part of video game usage. I can't fully tell in this article. We'd have to do some more research there.
Yeah, but we talked about it on a past episode. It was like it was voice actors and it was actors that do the motion capture for video games that are trying to strike.
Gotcha. Okay, so that totally makes sense. I mean, the developers are underpaid as well, so pay them.
Yeah, pay them. I just saw this article. There's some rumors going around, some inside rumors that we could see Wolverine as early as fall 2024. But there's
1 year away.
There's a chance that it might be 2025. So we'll see.
1 year plus away.
We'll see what happens. So speaking of a year away, Fantastic Four is set to start filming in 2024, spring 2024. So we won't see that movie until 2025 either. Which I think we knew already, but whatever. Are you looking forward to that movie, James?
Not really. I wouldn't say I'm at the edge of my seat waiting for Fantastic Four. They've tried it before, and I mean, I'm not a huge Fantastic Four fan, but
it's cursed.
I mean, if looks like a good trailer, then I'll definitely watch it.
That movie's cursed.
It's that franchise is cursed.
Yeah. One could also say X-Men is cursed, but we'll see. I would like to not believe that. I don't know. I'm feeling burnt out from Marvel. Because like when Loki came out, I was excited, but it took me a couple days to get around to watching it. Even though I even though I enjoyed the episode, the first episode was good, but like I had to really like drag myself into watching it. I'm definitely starting to feel some Marvel burnout a little bit. Wait, speaking of Marvel, James, have you?
Step back.
I was about to say, have you continued your rewatch?
I have not. I fired up Disney Plus for 2 reasons: to watch Snowdrop and Loki. That's the only reason I've been up there. While I was up there, I was like, man, I should watch another Marvel movie. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the burnout is real, and they definitely hurt themselves by like giving us all those stupid shows like in the same chunk of time. But yeah, Loki came out this past Thursday evening. The first episode dropped. First episode picked up right where we left off from season 1. I feel like I need to rewatch season 1, and I was supposed to do that, but like there were just some details that like I forgot like what happened, and I feel like there was so much going on in this episode, and I was I wouldn't say that I was lost, but there were some parts where I kind of wish I had full memory of what happened in season 1.
Yeah, they certainly hit the ground running. Like it picked up almost, well, actually immediately where the last season stopped, and they had a short little recap before it started. But I was like, oh, okay, we're really in the deep end already.
Yeah. There was a lot happening, but I enjoyed the fast pace of the first episode. No like slow build up like these other Marvel shows. Oh, you can't really if you're picking up where you left off, because like we really left off in the middle of like some crazy things happening. But
it was a good cliffhanger.
Yeah. But I kind of like the way I liked the episode a lot, and I am very interested to see where this season is gonna go. I'm interested to see how much Kang we're gonna get in this series. I feel like we're not gonna get a lot, to be quite honest with you. And it could be for one of 2 reasons. One is that they're trying to avoid so much of, they don't want to make the show too heavily reliant on Kang, which I feel like is good, because the show can stand on its own. Like just like the premise of Loki and what's Owen Wilson's character's name in the show? I forget.
Same. Only guy I can think of right now is OB.
Yeah. Oh, he was great. But yeah, the dynamic that those two have on their own, like it makes for a compelling show already. Like I don't think that the show needs to depend too heavily on Kang to be in there, or like with all the Jonathan Major stuff going on. I don't really know if they like did anything different to the writing with all that stuff happening, but I don't want the show to become too Kang related. But it
looks like Loki and Mobius, they have a good.
Oh, there you go, Mobius.
Yeah,
you just said it.
They have a good thing going. I guess I had to pair it with Loki's name because I was like, but yeah, Mobius, and then Sylvie is the other person that was of interest, which they just started to show her a little bit more at the end.
At the end.
Or was that post credit maybe? But
post credit.
So we'll see. I mean, those 3 I think could get us pretty far along. They showed Kang, He Who Remains face in the show, so it looks like they're not straying away from using his likeness at the moment. So I think we got some content without having to have Jonathan Major's character, properly in screen.
Yeah. The only thing I think I want to see from the show is I just want to see the multiverse saga pushed forward in some way. I just kind of feel like it's all over the place right now.
Yeah. And I feel like every time they mention multiverse, it's like, oh, the multiverse is going crazy. Like, all right, somebody got to fix it at some point. They can't just be going crazy in every single mention.
But I feel like just like every multiverse piece that we've seen is just an entirely different thing. And I'm just like, I just need it to be centralized in some way. Like Multiverse of Madness was very different from Spider-Man. It was very different from Ant-Man. I don't know. I just want to see like some kind of common connection between all of them. And I just need some kind of, I just need like some pathway forward here. Doesn't matter what it is. Just give us something.
Branches.
Yeah.
Somebody got to get the pruning at some point, because it's just branches on branches. And every time we hear about it, it's just, this branch is destroying the multiverse. So so get the Avengers together. I got my Avengers hoodie on today. So Avengers.
Nice.
Get it together.
There is no Avengers right now. Who even are the Avengers?
It's about to be Loki and some other people, I guess.
But yes, very great first episode from Loki. Not surprised though. Loki is the best show. So I was not really thinking that it was going to be a bad first episode. So keep it up.
Yeah. Even having Marvel fatigue, like I didn't have any doubt that this show was going to be good. It was just like,
it
felt like a chore So
It did.
oh
It
man,
felt
more
like a
Marvel.
chore to turn it on. It did. And I feel very sad about that because I love Marvel.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I
Wait, how
want
many
to.
episodes?
Oh, that's a good point. Let's see. Probably 6. Oh, no, I hope not. Oh my God.
It will have 6
Oh my
episodes.
God.
It will have 6
Oh my
episodes.
God. Stupid 6-episode shows. I hate you, Marvel. Well, not Marvel, but I hate you, Disney Plus, for this. This is
Yeah,
nonsense.
we are 16% done with this show already.
At least it's not. At least it's
Wait,
a
this will
little.
just get us through October.
Yeah. At least though, the episode was a decent length and not 30 minutes. So all the
Yeah.
episodes need to be like that. In order for me to
Start
be
doing the
okay with
snowdrop
this.
length episodes.
I know, right? Like, how come they can do it in Korea, but they can't do it here? Let's
Man.
go. Well, let me hold on. I was gonna go back to the first season because I want to see. Was there only 6 episodes in season 1? I feel like there wasn't, but let me just check. Loki.
6 episodes.
There was only 6 episodes in season 1 too.
Yep. It felt longer.
It did feel
Maybe because we were
longer,
so invested.
but that was also like one of the first shows. So it's like at that point we didn't really realize like how bad these other 6-episode shows are gonna be. So I feel like that's why you didn't complain about it that much. And they were all 50. All the Loki episodes were 50 minutes in season 1, except for one, which is 43. But the rest of them were all 50, clocking in at about 50 minutes. So it had a
Fair play.
Loki had a good formula back then. So hopefully it follows the same thing. I think Loki was the second show to come out, right? Because the first show was WandaVision. WandaVision had 9 episodes. What is going on here? How come WandaVision gets 9, but no one else can get 9?
There's some inconsistencies.
Yeah, and She-Hulk had 10 or something like that. I don't understand what decides this at all. But
WandaVision came out in 2021.
It did.
Time is flying. Oh, it came out top of the year. Okay.
Yeah, time is flying. That is absolutely true. But yeah, looking forward to recapping Loki as the season goes on. James, I have an announcement to make.
Let's hear it.
So, okay, so my job this past week, we hosted the Pixel launch at my job site at Google. And so I was watching the keynote. I got to watch it, and well, so did everyone else that was able to stream it. But at the same time, so like it's not that big of a deal. But I was very impressed. So Google launched the new Pixel 8, and I was very impressed by the Pixel 8. And I think that this is the first phone that makes me actually consider switching from Apple to Android.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so that's where I am right now.
I have to watch this.
Yeah, it's a very impressive phone. It has very impressive features. They also announced their new watch and their new Pixel Buds. The Pixel Buds also very impressive. And I think I'm gonna my next phone. I think I'm giving up Apple. I think so. I think it's time.
Okay.
I think it's time.
This must be very impressive.
Yeah, to me it was. I know for certain that like there has been like little migration. Like I feel like some Apple users have been slowly moving over to Android or Google products over the last couple years where the phones are concerned. And I just think that I know personally for me, I haven't been excited about a new iPhone in like years because they don't do anything different, it's like all the same thing. So it's just like when the iPhone 15 came out, it's almost time for me to upgrade. I was like, do I want to get the iPhone 15? I was like, not really. Like, what's like, oh, I'm getting the USB-C cable, the USB-C thing. Great. Woo. But like nothing made me like want to like spend that money on the phone. You know what I mean? But like,
for sure.
Yeah, I just feel like Google, especially like the innovation, like if you watch like the keynote for the like specific, even if you like scrub through it and just like watch the part for the phone, I just feel like they're really like innovation is like at the forefront of their phones and things like that, where I feel like Apple, like their goal is to just rob money from people, honestly. So I think that I've finally been broken free. I'm like, the only thing keeping me attached to this Apple phone is a blue text message bubble. And that sounds kind of silly to me. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, because on your Android, everyone's will be green. So
yeah, exactly.
It won't even matter.
So I know, but it matters to iPhone people. They're like, "Oh, you have a green bubble." I used to be the same way, but now I'm finally broken. I think I'm broken free of that mindset. Like I would rather have a phone that does cool things, honestly. And this phone does a lot of cool things. So I think I'm officially, when it's time for me to upgrade, I think I'm officially gonna say bye-bye to Apple products. Except for with the exception of my, folks. With the exception of my computer, I will still be on MacBook. And I have an iPad, but like that's fine. I can use but into where the phone is concerned, I think I'm done.
Wait, aren't you supposed to be getting a gaming PC here pretty soon?
Am I?
Oh, I
don't think I talked.
Oh, you got your Steam Deck, so
I have my Steam Deck. I do. I wanted Jaja here to talk about this because he is an Android user, so I wanted to like hear what he had to say about this. But
Jaja, we know you're listening. He's probably clapping his hands so hard right now he can't even hear what we're saying anymore.
I know, probably. I'm very excited. So like they're using AI in a lot of ways on their phone, but like I feel like it's responsible AI, not AI that like creeps me out. So like they have this they have this thing with the camera, and you can like, you know how like you take a group photo and people are like, "Oh, I don't like how I look in this one. I don't like how I look in this one." Like if you take multiple pictures at once, you can swap the face of one photo to another photo. So like if you take a group photo and like most of your friends liked how they looked in this one photo, but you didn't like how you looked, you could literally take like, it'll take the face off of a previous photo of you and put it onto the new photo that you liked. Like it'll swap your expression, which is kind of cool. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of cool. It's like that
is pretty tough.
Yeah, that is interesting. And it has like call filtering, like a robot assistant will pick up the phone for spam calls, and it'll also like you know like how you have a doctor's appointment and your doctor like calls to confirm the appointment. It'll like pick up the phone for you, and then it'll learn to like screen those kind of calls. It'll pick up for you, and then it'll just send you a message, be like, this call was about like your doctor was confirming this message, like your appointment. And you're like, okay. I'm like, that's really cool. I like it. I want it, and so I will probably get it.
Yeah, this is the type of AI stuff we need.
Yeah.
Not hopefully AI art.
Yeah, not AI art. Yeah, not stuff that's like necessarily taking people's jobs away, but like AI that helps better your life in a responsible way. And I just don't think we'll ever see that on Apple. Who knows? Maybe if enough people, because I was reading a couple articles about how this phone is like specifically like how I'm feeling. Like this phone's really impressive, and like it's kind of like shaming Apple for like, you know, their downtrodden ways. But yeah, you should definitely look into it.
Insane, huh?
Yeah, you should definitely do research on the phone, James. And I want to know like if you feel the same way like next week.
Yeah, I just added the video to my watch later.
Yeah. And if you feel the same way about it, I would feel very interested to know. But that's all I have to say. And I'm excited.
I definitely got to upgrade my phone pretty soon. I've had this. I have an 11 Pro Max, so I've had it since it came out, but it is starting to slow down a bit. And
yeah. Oh, and another thing, you know how like Apple, like how Apple phones, like how after a couple years, like they start like phasing it out, you know, and it becomes like starts becoming obsolete. Google announced that there's going to be support for this particular phone for 7 years, which is kind of crazy.
7 years. I feel like that's about how long I had this phone.
Yeah, I mean it could be too, but or so like as far as like security updates,
it's probably been like 5.
Yeah, so like I mean that's good too. 7 years is a long time. But yeah, you should definitely look into it, James, before you upgrade. Maybe you'll be swayed.
Give it a glance.
Maybe you'll be swayed to go off the Apple route too. We'll see. Do you have a watch? Do you have an Apple Watch or?
No, I'm a mechanical watch guy.
Okay, so no smartwatches for you, just regular watches. Okay.
Nah, yeah, I don't have any, not even a Garmin.
Nice. Okay. Well, let me know. Let me know if you've come to the light as well. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll give this a view. I like to learn about smart AI.
Yeah.
I just started using our AI at work, Copilot. Oh man, it reviews all the, like when it's a Teams message thread and it's multiple people just typing away. Usually I just mute it. I'm gonna go ahead and admit that like right here. But I think everybody does. So yeah, if anybody at work hears this, I'm sure you do it too. But it does like a summarize, so you can say like summarize what I missed. And it'll like legit summarize what you missed. And then you can even say like like what was I mentioned in, or what action items do I have to take away from this? So
Yeah.
that kind of AI, I'm a big fan of.
Yeah. Google has that too in their like in their suite also. Like if you're in a group on Google Chat, it'll summarize after a few messages what people were talking about. Which I enjoy because I hate group messages having to scroll back up. Like if I come an hour late to when a group message starts like going off, I will not go back up and read what people were talking about.
Definitely
So
not, yeah. There's a Google office near my job. I'm gonna have to go up there and stand on business and make sure they ain't trying to take away none of our market share. Let me
I was about to say, wait, James, are you even allowed to work at Microsoft with the Google phone? I have no clue.
Yeah, you can. Some people, they even like their work laptop is a MacBook. So I mean, it's a hassle, but it's definitely possible.
Yeah, well, it's not like Microsoft has a phone, so it's not like it's having a Google phone is like in direct competition of. Did they used to? Oh God.
Yeah, long time ago.
I feel like I didn't know that. Okay. No, but that's the same thing with people at my job. Like, I have a MacBook and I work, I don't have a Chromebook, and like a lot of people have like MacBooks at my job too. But that's because Chromebooks kind of suck. But so that's what I'm saying. I will still have. I'm still a big supporter of the MacBook, even if I switch phones. So,
Yeah, I stopped using mine once I got a PC. But I mean, sitting at a desktop versus my laptop sitting on a couch is mainly it's the main reason.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also paid money for a PC, so and also got 2 screens. So yeah.
Look at that. Anything else, James, that you want to talk about before we wrap up for this week?
Watch Castlevania Nocturne.
Okay. Do I have? Will I
have
to have watched the original Castlevania seasons? Whatever.
Nah. So this is True Blue spinoff. I think you can definitely get through it. You have to have some awareness of what's happened, kind of just in Castlevania lore, anyways, but not anything from the season directly. So
okay.
I will watch that mainly because there's a prominent number of Black characters in it.
Yes, I did. Because I've been seeing a lot of stuff online about it. Yeah.
Yeah, both good guys and bad guys. So yeah, and the fantasy lovers who were like, man, why don't we get any Black vampires? There are some Black vampires in this, so you'll definitely be hyped.
I saw. All right, I'll give it a watch. I'll put that on my list for this week. And it's vampires, so it's spooky season, my favorite time of year. So it's a good time to watch it, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's all for me.
All right. Well, James has homework. He has homework in the form of research, and it's because we're gonna follow up on this Apple versus Android conversation next week. Hopefully, Jaja's here for it. All right. Well, as always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Nope, not Twitter. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. At Blerdsnerds on Instagram. Blerdsnerds_pod on TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast listening app of choice. I'm missing something. Send us an email, blerdsnerds@gmail.com. I don't know why I don't have this memorized by now. As always,
I'm AI for
it. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.